Oh, hello, you insouciant long pigs. It is I, Salvage1, coming at you for another Transformers Transformation Review thingy. This time we're taking a look at Transformers Legacy Blitzwing. Yes, it's been a while. Yeah, I got this off my sister Christmas 2022, and I've not reviewed it till now. Yeah, it's just one of those that just got like bumped down to the bottom of this because it's not very good. Well, no, there's a caveat. The robot mode, great. The vehicle mode, not so much. And especially with these things on the back. These things are fucking ridiculous. Now, why Hasbro chose to add them, I don't know. Was it for perceived value? I don't know why they're there. He never used anything like that in the show, in the comics, or in the original toy. So I don't know why they've added these large fists. It's ridiculous. But it does come with a very nice sword, though. It's very nicely detailed. You've got nice, sharpy, pointy edges, which is very nice. Two colours. I like the purple hilt and the silver blade. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. And he comes with two guns as well. Because we're going to be taking him to vehicle mode in a moment. The other vehicle mode. Yes, he's got some... it's a nice gun. You get two of these, actually. I don't know why he gets two guns. Yeah, so it's very nice. So you get two of those, and like I say, you get these fucking stupid fucking whatever the fuck these things are. Yeah, they go on the vehicle mode, both vehicle modes and robot mode. I'll show you one very briefly, but really, honestly, I don't really want to see these ever again. Once he's back on a shelf, these are going to go in the storage, and they will stay there forever. You know, because, you know, in fact, let's get rid of these, shall we? So onto the toy itself, yeah, and it's very nice. Right, when you look at it from that angle, the jet mode looks okay. But when you do this, he's got tank hanging off the bottom. He's got a nice wheel, you know, a nice landing gear. But this thing would never fly. Oh, you've got to shut these up because that's where they connect. The one thing about this thing as well is none of the parts want to stay situated. So if you're actually a little Timmy and you actually wanted to play with this thing, you know, you'd be able to look. So yeah, let's take a closer look at some of the details. You've got some nice Decepticon symbols on the back there. You've got some nice moulded details in there, which is very good. Nice cockpit as well. But you get an under cockpit as well, don't know why. But you get a nice cockpit, nice yellow on there, nice Decepticon symbol. So you've got a normal Decepticon symbol there, then you've got the silver ones on the back there, which is a bit of a shame. I'd like to be consistent, you see. Yeah, it doesn't roll very well, but then again, it's a jet and it's supposed to go meow. And there's your jet, really. Yeah. So let's take him to tank mode, shall we? If I remember how to do it. So basically put the landing gear away, disconnect this section here, disconnect it's one of those, you've got to disconnect everything, and then you, what do we do? Oh yeah, move these up forward like that. And then same again for this side, see what I'm doing, rotate these up like that, I believe. Then this whole section disconnects from here, rotates forward like that. So get everything out of the way. Also, you've had to just get everything out of the way, so you've got to tackle these wings. So basically what you do is you split what will become the legs later, and then this bit goes round. You've got a little peg and port system just going on here. So you peg and port that in, rotate that round, and then that forms into the leg, or rather it should. But again, that's the other thing about this thing, it just would not, some of the parts just do not want to fit in there properly. Again, you've got a little peg there and a little port just in there, and it doesn't want to fucking go properly. Come on. I think it's the plastic they used. They've used like thinner, sort of more rubbery plastic for the wings, and then it doesn't want to fit in. There, that's best when you get it. And then this section here rotates in like that. Same verse, second verse, same as the first. Rotate that in, and then just all, it should all fit in together. When you can get it in, there we are. And then that should fit in like so. and then this bit at the side rotates in like that, and then we reconnect the legs back together, and then these rotate up like that, so we're into this position, and then it all falls around. Yeah, so then they're like that, and then these comes all the way back again, and then how are we doing it now? Oh yeah, the cockpit opens up, and then you can rotate the nose cone in like so. Then these panels should fall down, should come down, and then this peg should fit into there, but again it doesn't want to, it doesn't like to. There we are. Oh, I've missed a bit out. Oh no, I haven't. So that should fit into there like that, and then this hooks onto that one underneath there, as you can see just right here, like that. So I'm going to have to do it slightly off camera because it's fighting me. There we are. And then this section comes down, and this whole bit rotates round like that, and then that fits in there like so. We're getting somewhere. Right, this side. So this peg goes into there, that peg goes into this little slot there, and you got some nice detail underneath there as well, which you don't ever see. And then you rotate that in, like, just rotate that in like that, and then that should fit in there. There we go. There we go. That comes down, and this bit rotates round thus, like that, and then you get the tank turret, rotate that forward, rotate it round. Now I do like this bit. You open this little door here, like that, and this whole barrel comes out, quite a big barrel, and then and you got some detail, nice molded detail in there as well. That rotates shut, and then rotate that around. Tank mode. Now the tank mode is a little bit more successful, but they could have found a way to get rid of the cockpit. He's got a sticking out cockpit, which is a bit weird. But other than that, the tank mode rolls reasonably well. Turret rotates 360 degrees. You can move the barrel up and down. And it's a tank with boosters on the back because, you know, why not? I mean, you could do that, but then these get stuck down the bottom there and it doesn't quite roll so well, you know. So it's a tank with boosters on it and a cockpit at the front. But other than that, it's not too bad. We can take his guns that he gets as well, and you can arm him up in this mode. You can put a gun there if you so chose, and you can put a gun here as well, or you can have one on the top. It doesn't really fit on the top unless you do it sideways. Looks a bit pants. And you can put the gun on the sides there, and it doesn't look too bad. So you've got nice weapon storage, and it's a tank. You can have as many weapons as you like, and you can get the sword that fits on the top. For some reason, you could do that. He's also blast compatible as well, so we've got these nice big purple blasts there, and you can. Oh no, he's not blast compatible. Oh well, not for that one anyway. Or that one. Or that one. Well, that is very odd. No, he's not blast compatible with these. That's strange. I thought he was, but there we go. Yeah, so then you can get these things, these fucking stupid things. And then you've got a little sort of port there, which just hooks on here. How does it hook on? Oh yeah, you've got to move these around, I think, like that. How does it fit on? Bear with me. That's how you do it. You put them on the side there, and for this mode, it doesn't look too bad. You can imagine these are rocket launchers, but it just takes away from the figure itself, you know. So again, they just connect on the side there, so we can just get these and just there we are, out of the way. But other than that, the tank mode, it's all right. Like I say, it rolls really nicely. Well, nice-ish. You've got a nice big Decepticon symbol on the top there. You can't see it. There it is. But the molded detail in this thing is pretty nice, actually. Let's take the guns off, then you can actually see what it looks like. Yeah, you've got some nice panel lines in there as well. You've got these hatches and things. You've got some diamond plate at the back there. You've got all these just panels and panels and panels and panels. It's very nice. And again, on the top, you've got the panels, you've got a hatch. And again, you can open this up inside, and you've got some extra details in there as well. You can imagine the turning mechanism for the turret there. Just pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, let's take him to robot mode. The most successful of the modes. So yeah, so what do? We just lift this up, and then we, so again, disconnect everything. Disconnect. It's one of those figures. So then you just set this back this way like that. Same for this side, that back there like that. And then this whole bit comes up. And then we get this bit, or this whole section moves out like that, and then you pull out this bit at the front here as well, and you rotate the head round. Actually, it has to go that way around, very Seeker like, to reveal his bonds. We'll have a look at that in a moment. So we've got his arms, and what you do here for his arms is you get this section, rotate it round, and then you rotate this whole bit round like that, and then you just fold that up to the side, which is pretty cool. And then you, actually before you do that, come into here, you can't see what I'm doing, come into here, come on, pull out his fist, that slides in, and that covers that little hole, like that. Not very well, but it does cover it. And then we've got an arm, same again for this side, rotate that out, rotate this out like that, so we get this grey bit, comes round like that, can't see it, it is getting a bit awkward. So this comes down like that, you rotate it around like that, and then that bit comes up round there. Thus, there we are. Then we get this whole section here, and then it will, how do we do it? Oh, it comes all the way around. That's it, all the way around there, and then that should cover his chest, and then you've got these pegs there, fit into these holes here, like that, and then that all locks into place. Then we come to the legs. Actually, we need to sort that bit out. Yeah, so then what we do is we open up the legs again, like that, and then we rotate these out like, come on, that's it, rotate that out, straighten everything up, and then you rotate these back in like you did for vehicle mode. And that goes in there, and then you open up the feet like that, then we've got a leg. And then same again for this side, rotate that out, rotate this leg out, this bit here, can't see what I'm doing, it's because it's fighting me, that's why, there we are, because I'm on camera. As YouTubers know, that as soon as you turn the camera on, the fucking figure doesn't want to play. And then you put that in like that, like that, into there, open up these for his feet, and we've got legs. You know, I've never been tired transforming a transformer before in my life. But this is actually getting to be a bit of a piss take, quite honestly. Oh, getting hot now. There we are. So, we're into this position. So then what we do, we come to the back, and we straighten everything up, rather. That goes in like that, and then what you do is you open this cavity again, this little door, rotate this round, and that rotates round, like that, and then we pull these in, like so, rotate these little wings out, and then it doesn't want to stay there, and there is Blitzwing in his robot mode, and it was a fucking ball ache to transform this guy. You know, a transformation should never be a chore, but this one is. It's not intuitive, it's not easy, and it's definitely not fun. But there he is in his robot mode, and he looks pretty good, actually. The robot mode looks really fucking good. The colour scheme, the tan, the purple, and the yellow just really pop. and the silver as well. It just really is a really nice design, but the overall application of said is not great. But yeah, he looks great in his robot mode. He really does. And you can arm him up. You can give him his guns, so you can dual wield in case you needed to, you know. So you can dual wield. These are blast compatible, I think. Let me just double check. So yeah, so you can arm him up, and he looks pretty good. And you can give him a blast compatible, and he can, there we are. And then rebuild this one. There we are, and then will that fit on there? Yes, it will. And he can pew pew. Oh well, when they fall off. But you can pew pew bang bang all afternoon. And there he goes. And then you can have that, which is pretty cool. So you can pew 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 pew. Alright then, we'll take them off, because they don't stay on very well. Then you can give him his sword, but you can actually make him into a seeker if you want. So you can put the guns on the side of his wrists there. Or his forearms even. And then give him his sword. And he can sword as well. He can whack people with a sword. Because, you know, why not? He's an Evilton robot, isn't he? So why not, eh? So let's take a look at that face sculpt, because that face sculpt is great, actually. That is G1 Blitzwing in a nutshell, with the Decepticon symbol there, and you've got the grey panels there. It's very nice, very nice. Too bad it's not light piped, but you know, it is what it is. But there we are, there he is in his robot mode. So in terms of articulation, his head can rotate 360 degrees, he can look up, he can look down, it's on a ball joint, he can go squirrel, he can rotate his arms. Oh, actually, no, he can't. He can lift this panel up to move his arms forward, move his arms back to about there, up and down, rotate at the top of the bicep, bend at the elbow, rotation at the wrist, rotation at the waist. Kick this panel up, he can kick back, he can kick forward, he can kick back, he can kick in and out. Rotation at the top of the thigh, bend at the knee. He's got quite a decent bend, and then his foot can move down like that, and that's your lot. But, you know, for the amount of articulation, it's pretty cool. But that's it. Oh, yeah, you get these fucking stupid fist things. Let's take one last look at these, and then they're going to go into a fucking bin, parts bin, and stay there for the rest of eternity. So you just pull these fucking things out, reconnect them like that. Same for this one. You know, got stuck in there. Oh yeah, I forgot you can move these up and down for whatever reason. And then you've got a peg in there which should fit. Now why don't they fit? Because he's a fucking... do you know what? I don't even know how these fit on in robot mode. If they fit on at all. Oh yeah, that's it. He holds them. That's it. He holds them in his fist there. So there's a little peg inside there, fits in there. And then you have that. Oh, it's not on properly. There we are. Let me have that. And yeah. Yes, we'll take that off. And he falls down. But overall, though, I think the robot mode is the winner here. Let's arm him up. Let's give him one gun and one sword, and we'll put the other gun on his back for storage. Actually, we'll store it there. Actually, there we go. So you can store it there, and yeah, the robot mode looks great. And then, especially when you put him with other Decepticons, he looks pretty fucking badass. So there's Starscream. There's Thrust. So, you know what I mean? So when you put him with a bunch of other Decepticons, he looks really cool. But the robot mode, the play value of this guy isn't great. The robot mode is the winner. But yeah, it's such a shame really, because Blitzwing, innit, and a fan favourite character, everyone loves a bit of Blitzwing, and yeah, it's such a shame. Anyway, so thank you for watching this review. Please like, share and subscribe, hit that notification bell to tell me when new videos out, should be every Thursday and Saturday. I am doing live streams, I'm going to try and get at least one live stream out a week. Do some more video game stuff as well. I'm on Twitch, I'm on Rumble now. And if you think I deserve it, and you think I can, if you want to help out the channel, please donate to my Patreon. I've got some cool rewards over there, so check those out as well. All the links will be in the description. All the socials are in the description as well. And stay tuned for more reviews from me, Some of HD1, and I'll catch you all very soon. Bye for now.
Unleashing the power, tearing through the night. Transformers in my hands, ready for the fight. With every single figure, I gear up to transform. Soundwave SG1, bringing thunder in the storm. Watch me review, watch this channel ignite. Fusing metal and vision, let's take flight. Transform.